All right, welcome back to Sycamore. Friends. When somebody starts out a sentence with friends, you know something bad's going to happen. Check out the numbers. Remember these numbers. We have 8 newcomers, 24 serfs, 780 commoners, 273 citizens, and our total population is 1,144, and Sycamore is about ready to self-destruct. So here we are. -9 happiness. -9. We got a demoted to serf 1%. That's because of a mod I added, the vegetable mod. They can only be serfs. I was tempted to cheese it and basically have everybody be a farmer temporarily to demote them all to serfs, but I didn't. I did move some builders into here. Holy cow. We're now at 1,200 population. Citizens 247. Commoners 772. Serfs all the way up to 106. We have chickens. And we have vegetables. And we're in full panic now. And the main problem is the goods. I am unable to maintain 2 types of goods. So you can see here that clothing is 450, which isn't really high enough. Furniture is 47. At this point, I'm starting to suspect that this is actually a wool problem. Because even though we have 370 wool, 25 cloth, the reason that the cloth is so low is because all the joiners want to use it and all the tailors want to use it. I add tailors, I add weavers, but it's only when I really start creating sheep farms that I fix the issue. And here we are, no access to goods. I'll get to that. We're at month 144. This is about 24 months, so 2 years later. We had a, let's call it a recession, shall we? It wasn't really a depression because we did gain population. We have 1,378 fairly happy visitors. We have 71 happiness. We still have a -7% goods shortage. However, look at the numbers. 771 commoners. Not sure I lost any commoners. 339 serfs now, but the citizens are all the way down to 178. 178. The game has rebalanced itself down to 178 citizens. Holy cow. Holy cow is all I can say. 6 hours. 6 hours to get this city under control. And the frame rate is now plummeted to 35. It started out at 45 when I first started playing the game. So we're at the final episode of Sycamore. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I mean, this is a big, big city. I'm not sure I've ever made it to 1,378 population before. It would be nice if I could make it to 1,500. But I'm only able to run the game at speed 2 now. And this is not, I don't think this is a problem with Foundation. I think you have 1,378 individual calculations that have to be made for every villager. This is just something that builders have issues with, especially plus 12. Give me a break. Plus 12 villagers when you have a population this size. But you can see my most important stat here is I now have 689 pieces of dung. You might remember the vegetable mod that I used in Paradise. 350 compost, 1,000, over 1,000 poultry, and almost 2,000 vegetables. If we track these, you can see that I turned some markets here and there into poultry or vegetable markets. This ended the... We actually ran into a food shortage because I had fishermen quit. I mean, they were quitting like crazy, and the unhappiness was so low that I couldn't get new villagers in, so I had to move things around, which is what took so long. A lot of builders became fishermen, and then they ended up leaving because they were still citizens. So eventually, I was able to get the happiness up. I'd collected a bunch of bread from military missions, and so I sold off about 600, 700 bread here and there. That helped bring the happiness up. So we no longer have any food shortages. It's interesting because the food shortage is for commoners, yet I didn't have commoners leave. It was the citizens that were leaving because of the goods. And I think the food just put them over the edge, right? Because we had so many citizens. That was just enough for them to leave. Luxuries, we had some luxury issues. The monastery is still under construction after 2 years. I did add on a little bit to it, but I'm not exaggerating that much. This thing is so slow. And we now have, let's see, we have 59 out of 60 monks. And we've got all the beekeepers, the herbalists, the vintners, yeah. And we're not going to have enough vine growers unless I can finish another set of dorms. But I don't even know if I'm going to use the wine. But I'm going to try because I'm building a new tavern right here. Let's take a look at it. Can I see? You can't really see how it's going to look because I already started building. I used the bridge though. But anyway, we got a new tavern that's going to be built here. And I'll bring some wine. I'll sell wine here. And everybody, look at all the people. They all come across and do the loop-de-loop on this bridge anyway. So maybe they'll decide to go into some of the citizens will decide to go into the tavern for a drink. If we have any citizens left. I think that's a real question. Will we have any citizens left? So anyway, I'm tracking the poultry and the vegetables. Let's track the wool. Now, one thing that did help is I have a warehouse here just for wool. This did speed up the weavers going to pick up the wool rather than have to go to look at all the sheep. Look at all the sheep huts, sheep farms, and the sheep. It's insane because I need so much cloth for the goods. So now we have 777 wool, 870 cloth. We're almost back up to 1,000 clothing. Furniture, forget about it. It didn't solve the problem. I could not make furniture because remember, furniture is an extra good. It's a mod and it's an extra good, and I was hoping that this would allow me to get to 1,000 citizens. There's no way. I'm not even going to try. The only thing I'm going to try at this point is to promote everybody to commoner because I think I have the food situation settled. But yeah, wow. So there you go. What do we mean no villagers? What's low? Employment. Okay. So I finally caught up. Oh, and I can't make my own barrels for the wine because I don't have enough iron. The iron is the shortage. We know about the iron. I actually made 2 cooperages. Why? Because we're so low on iron. It's not even going to be a thing. I'll probably delete these. I'm buying iron, plus I'm making iron, and I'm buying barrels, which might be enough to do this. Anyway, where was this I think this was the new tavern granary. Yes, this is the new tavern granary. So why don't we go ahead and bring the wine over, because we're going to be making some wine across the way. And what else do they need? We'll have to bring some cheese over, and we'll have to bring some boar over. 1 boar and 1 cheese for 1 meal. So there's the wine, the cheese, the boar. That's enough for you dudes. And it's going to be Augustine, Bensalina, Lord Farquaad, and Joya is going to be in here. So many villagers have been assigned jobs and I have not read their names. I'm sorry. They're nothing to me. They just needed to do their jobs. I could probably... No access to goods. See? So you're a citizen, right? It's Electus, everybody. You're a citizen. You don't have access to the second good. There is a good shortage. You're a common wares maker. That's pretty ironic, don't you think? You can't make common wares fast enough. And the good shortage is down to minus 5%. So we're almost at equilibrium, I would hope. These cooperages aren't going to happen. Yep. Even though you're holding on to these tools and these planks, off you go. Yeah, we can't do cooperages. That's all there is to it. We do have 8 unemployed. There's got to be a dude among the bunch. There it is, 10. So now we're full, 60 of 60. We have 10 of 12 vine growers assigned. All right. I did add another vine grower. Check that out. I think it looks good going up the hill. Another thing I noticed as I was rebuilding things, I had a serious lack of wells, and now water is still minus 5%. It had climbed to 7, and I started looking at all my markets and realized I was kind of careless, and I didn't build a well near every market, and that was a problem, I think, so I did. And in the last episode, I accidentally moved foresters from one forester camp to another because there were no unemployed available. I fixed that. All the foresters have been reforested. I haven't seen any advantage to warehouses or granaries that has all of the same types of goods. They weren't doing anything. As a matter of fact, I had some that were completely empty. So I changed a bunch up to store different types, whatever types we needed. Usually that was to fix the poultry and vegetable issue, because you can see I tried to move these all over the place and then scatter in these markets. Because the thing is, you know, if we do get short of food, week 4, day 5, we're getting close to that promotion. Another citizen left. So another fisherman, perhaps? No. Oh, this is nice. This thing's almost done. I just have to get 2 more monks in here, and then I won't have any empty jobs. Woodcutter left. Now, where is this? Oh, I didn't read the name. It's Ralph, I think. Ralph is the new woodcutter, and you're actually one of the new ones up the hill. All right, so you should have plenty of housing available. Yeah, 5 of 6. You should be able to move in here. Okay. Look at all those oaks, would you? The game, you know, it's at 30 frames per second, which is usually my lower limit. The game looks amazingly smooth for being that slow. They've really improved the engine. It used to be when you get down around 30 frames a second, it was really choppy. But the game is still extremely smooth. Should I just keep moving? Look how good this city looks. Look at that. Look at all that. Let's turn off these things. Look at this city, would you? This is one of the biggest cities I've created in a long time. Paradise didn't get this close. What did we get up to Paradise? 750 before I quit? Or did I make it to 1,000? I forget. It's promotion time. Okay. It's time for some chaos. So we're gonna 320 to promote all. I cannot afford to promote everybody to commoner at first. And I'm not gonna have all commoners because the poultry and vegetable mod does not allow commoners. They're serfs only. However, in my defense of promoting as many as we can to commoner, we have as secondary food poultry and vegetables and 4,000 fish. So I'm going to hit the button. Boom, that took a while. That took a scary amount of time. Now 9,000 to promote everybody. If we look at the numbers, house is upgrading good. If we look at the numbers now, 243 serfs, 883 commoners, 176 of ticked off citizens. That's okay. It's okay. We're going to get back up to 1,000 commoners at least. Wow, because I like the highfalutin houses. And the thatch roofing, I don't like it. I mean, it kind of looks cool, you know, mixed in. Okay, these are full now. Or these are new. Alright. We got to do some more promotions. Look how fast we make money. Let's go back to the promotion screen, shall we? And let's pay as much as we have to promote. Now we only need 7,000 to promote everybody. It'll be fine. You know, they're going to need clothing. Are you comfortable with the clothing numbers? I'm not super happy with clothing. We do now have 1,100 cloth, and still the furniture numbers are down. Even though, oh, now it's planks. Wow. Yeah, it's really hard to balance that furniture number. Well, let's slap in some tailors. And before it's too late, it's probably already too late. Because everything in this game is like 15 minutes delayed because it takes that long for the citizens or the commoners to work through their needs. Tailor workshops. Where are we going to put these? Let's stick one in here. Next to here. Alright, you can go here. There's one. And then we have a bunch of extra sheep farms back in here. Why don't we start putting some tailor workshops back in here? You know, because this is wooded, And you know how I like these things to be in the woods for whatever reason. And another outside territory. Yeah, so the territory boundary must be up there. So let's put you like this. All right. More tailors. Good. Now I need to look for the insufficient housing message, because that'll tell me that somebody cannot find the proper style house. Look at all these houses upgrading. Okay, cool. We are already just past the ability to promote. Too bad. So this is my new style of market now. First off, I made sure to put a well in. And then we have 3 foods. Berries, then fish, then vegetables. Or, down here, berries, then vegetables, then poultry. Mix it up a little bit. Regardless, if berries run out, they flip over to vegetables. If vegetables run out, they flip to poultry. Herbs, 50. That's a luxury. We don't really need luxuries anymore because half the citizens left. We're still at 175 citizens. Hey, that's a nice number. I bet you we can't keep it at 175. So I'm trying to think why furniture is so low. Could it be that because so many markets are without common clothes, that the commoners are stealing the furniture? They really wanted some tables and chairs and they're taking them. Man, look at all those housing upgrades. Missing planks. We didn't go low of wood, did we? We're kind of low of wood, but why? There's plenty of wood to cut down. Plenty of wood to cut down. Okay, I think what happened is I sped up the rate they were making furniture, so now the wood's out. Plus, I'm doing massive amounts of building. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. This late in the game, with the speed that everything happens, you know, whatever I do now is going to affect the game 30 minutes from now. Lost a builder. Fixed. Who did we add? Taboda is a new builder. Alright. 1 citizen left. See, I knew it. I knew it. So who left? Somebody had a gathering hut left. Where is this gathering hut? Another citizen left. Yeah. The gathering hut is over here. So you don't have any housing is the problem. I did sneak in a housing zone right here, which I would hope maybe you can build a house. Because I'm going to put a serf in here at this gathering hut, and they're going to want to build a one of those puny houses, if you know what I mean. We're up to 76 happiness. Goods shortage, service shortage, really? Really, a service shortage. I have put in a lot of whirligigs, if you know what I mean by whirligig. I could put another nice forested whirligig up here. Let's see. I really like the way these look in the woods. Pagan worship and outside territory. We're going to put you right at the edge of the territory here. Right there. Build it. Alright. I'm up to 73 happiness. It's better than minus 19, I think, was my all-time low. Minus 19 happiness. How the heck was I still able to grow the village with minus... No access to housing. With minus 19 happiness, I don't know. No access to housing. Who are you? Pippa. You're a serf. Interesting. And where do you live? You live here. And what's the action? This is upgrading to tier 2 house. Ah, and you're just a serf. You're probably not too happy about that. Plus 2 villagers. Is there any place else you can move? I'll probably be able to promote you next time out. Probably, maybe. There are places to build down here, you know. And here, and here. I really don't have a solution for you, Pippa. There's no place close. I could put a low desirability area up in here. If I owned it. Well, I can own it. What, are we short of cash? No. Right? We'll put an overflow area up in here. And see what happens. And then I'll put a well in before I forget it. A fountain has been built. Well, I built so many of them, I don't know which one you're talking about. We'll put a well right here. There we go, build it. Alright, we have 10 unemployed. Let's go back to the list. We lost somebody at a sawmill, so they're back. Which sawmill was this? Scooch, please. One of these? Yeah, housing's going to be kind of an issue here because all this housing is upgraded. You know, I understand that we claim to be low on wood, but I would say we probably want to stick a residential area in here. So I've been doing a lot of building here on the wooden keep again. I wanted to see if we have any I can assign so I can start building up some money. It's the only one that finished. One treasury is finished. There's a lot of building going on, and I'm building a new little treasury area over here. As I try to increase the amount of money. Check out the budget while we're looking at my treasuries. 16,906. Now, the reason it's so high, of course, is because I've got so many commoners and so many citizens. I mean, look at the sales. 30k in common clothes. 21k in berries is pretty impressive. 10k in fish. 5,000 in vegetables and poultry. 3,400 in paganism. Don't ask me. That's kind of cheesy. Only 5,000 in furniture. Yeah, that's not that mod is not the savior I thought it was. And then trade, we're actually selling berries now. Oh yeah, we're up to 4,000 berries, okay, and 4,000 fish, good. And then we're buying, well, last month we bought common wares. This month, I've got the trade bonus on because I'm gaining clergy influence. I forgot. Look how much clergy influence I have. Just 385. And the trade bonus is good for another... does it tell me? I think it tells me down here. See the little effects button? 20 days left on the trade bonus. Food needs satisfaction lasts 100% longer. Soldier recovery speed still good. I gain 2 influence per week. Clergy influence a week. Happiness is less impacted by 12%. Can you even imagine? Ooh, it's promotion time. Okay. We only had 2 serfs come in. There you go. I need 7,750 to promote all. I have 7,632. How are we doing on the clothing? 855 clothing. You know this is going to be a problem. You know it. Yeah, but... I mean, the game's really not fun if everything just works right. And look at all the cloth. All we need is those tailors to get finished. They'll be finished soon. I'll high prioritize them. It'll be fine. I'm talking to myself. We have the food. We have the food. I'm pushing the button. There. There's only 3 left, and they're all unemployed. Including Scoth-questiony. Scoth-questiony. Wow. Who knows what that character is supposed to be. I only need to promote 3 more, and we've got all commoners. Somebody's going to complain. Yep, it's okay. Already we have 400 bucks. Promotions available? Yep, 150 to promote every single commoner we have, or every single serf to commoners. There we go. Now we have the 50 serfs. I think that's in the poultry and vegetable industries. 1,078 commoners, 173 citizens. Can I keep those numbers? What do you think? Place your bets. Place your bets. And how's the tavern doing? A tavern is using up a bunch of stone, right? Not really. It's using up planks. Maybe that's why the planks were low. Houses are upgrading. We have 9 unemployed. Let's go to the buildings. And the tailors' workshops are still not done. So we're waiting impatiently for those. But a fountain got built. So nobody... Oh. Is this a house? That's a house. Some sucker came up here and built. When I assign the tailors, more people will probably build up here. This is another one, isn't it? No, it's Tailor's Workshop. Alright, let's go ahead and put a swath, or remove a swath. There's the well, so let's make sure there's a swath away from the well. And let me build a market right in here next to this well. For this one, I'm just going to do the 3 food, but then 2 goods, because you know what? I'm kind of over the whole luxury thing, because, yeah. Citizens. No more citizens. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that'll give us some nice green up over here, and let's get that built, and you have a well nearby. We have 11 unemployed, and I did see a tailor's workshop get done. Right here. This is this tailor's workshop right here. This is the first one I built, right? Yep. Or the first one of this batch. And it's going to be Edric. Edric, you're going to make us some more clothing. We still good on the clothing? Yeah, probably experiencing a 5% goods shortage and a 7% housing shortage. I'm not sure the housing shortage is real. I might have to go to the log for that if I've missed the pop-ups. House, 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 house. No access to housing. Who are you? Thanks for moving. Pause just real quick. You do have a house. It's just upgrading. Oh, but you're a serf. Okay. I've got to keep some low-rent housing for our farmers here. Yeah, that's kind of an issue, isn't it? Well, you should be able to build down in here. I think you just have to rebuild. You're complaining. You're being kind of a complainer about it. But I think you just have to rebuild down here. I will remind you by drawing over it that this is a residential area, and that's certainly close enough to here, and there's a road right through your farm where you can access it. Yeah, so stop complaining. I'm clicking on bailiff available for a mandate. Nigel is still with us. How about that? Nigel never left. I wanted him to leave. Nope, never left. Always happy. Ignorance is bliss, I suppose. All right, Acid, the vegetable farmer. Some kind of farmer, anyway. I'm gonna kick you out of your house. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna kick you out of your house. Menardus, you're just a serf. You're out. And Truda, you're just a serf. You're out. And +0 villagers. And Dorian, you're just a serf. You're out. Okay. Boy, that's a bit twitchy. But, right. This house gets upgraded. That looks great, doesn't it? And you vegetable farmers, where am I? Yeah, you vegetable farmers, you got to build down here. There are plenty of fine houses down here. And the density upgrade has been authorized. Yeah, look, tracking right through here. 2 trails, 3 trails right through the farms. So the tavern's almost done. That's an interesting path you're taking there. I'm not sure what to think of that. But the tavern is almost done. Let's see what we can assign here. We do have the 2 extensions up. This stone extension is going to be a service counter. This is this stone extension. And the stone hall is going to be a public lounge. It's a big public lounge. And we're going to sell just wine here. I did add the orchard mod, but I haven't used it. I don't think I will. And the bartender here is going to be... Come on. Ooh, should it be Scotch on the rocks here? Scoth ? Knee. It's Scotch ? Knee is the esoteric bartender. I don't know what that means. He's the bartender with the crazy name. There we go. Alright, we got another tailor's workshop built. +0 villagers. Our new tailor is going to be... Martin maybe would have been a good bartender name. Cormackin the tailor. You know the answer is going to be no. I'm going to ask the silly question. Is the monastery finished? Not quite. Maybe enough that I can assign... Nope. Oh, Tower A's done. Okay. I can cheese this. I put a tower on the end of this dorm. Tower A's done. Let's make it a dorm. There. I don't really care if you can get into your tower or not because there's no door. But let's see if we can concede 2. 61 and 62. There. The monastery has been filled out. It's no longer going to show up on my list. Now it's just some tailor's workshops and the goods and food stalls that are under construction. And another one. This is going to be Dominic. This is going to be Martin. How are we doing on the clothing? 751. We still are over 1,000 cloth and over 1,000 wool. I feel like at this stage of the game, 1,000 is the magic number. You can see we have a plank shortage because we're down, even though we have a positive number, because we're down, way down at 73, we're definitely running low on planks. You can say the same thing about wood. I don't get it because, I mean, how many woodcutters do I have to make? How many woodchucks does it take? I can put more in. I made a new little housing area here, so why not? Let's just slap some more woodcutters in. There's plenty of wood over here to cut down. Alright, another tailor's workshop. It is Mantle. Alright. What can we do here? We can promote 2 to serfs. 2 newcomers to serfs. And we have these tailors and the transporter that can be promoted to commoners. Why not? Let's just keep the promotion going. You're living back here, but this whole area is... This whole area is what? So let's put out the telescope of desirability. And the desirability is pretty low. A fountain would work, but you know what definitely works is the bush gun around the back of the tailors. Wow. There we go. Desirability high, desirability high, desirability high. Okay. Desirability high over here. I'd like to slap in a fountain as well. This requires 20 tools and 50 stone. And why don't we slap in the fountain? We've got green here and green here. Let's slap in the fountain right back in here. Perfect. All right. No access to housing. Who are you? You are an artist. I got the telescope on. Hold on just a minute. There we go. And you are a you're a vegetable. I don't mean you're a vegetable. You're a vegetable farmer. Where do you live? Your house is being built. Okay, good. And you did take my advice and move down here. Good thinking, Maynardus. All right, we're up to week 3, day 1 now, in month number 147. And how are we doing on clothing? I'll let it run for a little bit. Almost 1,000 clothing. We're in the danger zone. 62 furniture. I feel like it's because the commoners have bought the furniture. Can I spy on the commoners? Like Abner. What kind of goods did you get? It doesn't say. It doesn't say what you got. That's too bad. I'd like to know what you're buying, Abner. Anyway, we do have 8 unemployed still, and the woodcutters are up. This is the lumber camp that we built right here. We built? I didn't even build it. They built it. Not my problem if it doesn't work. 1, 2, and 3. It is Aligu, Alive, and Tees. And then where's another woodcutter camp? I thought there was another lumber camp. Oh, it's still under construction. My bad. And then this food stall's up. Plus 5 villagers. All right, is this thing all done? Or is the market part of this all done? Close you. I think it is. Wow, look at these houses. Highfalutin houses already up here. Nice. Very nice. All right, so this is going to be... What should we do up here? I could go crazy and say, why don't we do vegetables as the main instead of the berries? Because look at the vegetable numbers. Let's do it. Vegetables, and then... poultry? Fish. Fish way up here? I don't think so. Vegetables, then poultry... Then, oh, that's right, 3 foods. Fish, sure. And then shirts and furniture, if you can find it. I doubt that you can. And our market tenders are going to be Altu, Clodomer, Callium, Ida, and Ernaldus. Oh, the wooden keep's built. You know what that means. Please stand by while I up the treasury. That's nice. That built a lot faster than I thought. It seemed like it took forever to build, and then all of a sudden it got finished. Let me assign the parts. This is going to take approximately forever. Haha. There it is. There it is. I can now hold 10,100 coins. And we're almost to 10,000 already. That's how much money we're making. This is absolutely ridiculous. All right, I think something got done. Let's see what it is. Yeah, the other lumber camp got done. So our new lumber cutter dudes, Yvette, Furamundus, and Helena. All right, and now we don't have any jobs. So what I was saying is that I probably should put a granary to bring some of this stuff up here. And yeah, right around here would be a good spot for the granary. A monk requested audience. You're not going to get one. I didn't realize that I could turn on the telescope of zoning areas and still hold on to a building, if you know what I mean. That's kind of cool. So yeah, let's leave some trees up. There we go, granary build. Where am I storing the clothing? I probably do not have a lot of warehouse space for clothing. That's probably true. I can store a lot of cloth over here. I'm storing a lot of wool over here. What a crazy setup. But yeah, I don't really have a warehouse for clothing over here. I wonder if that's a problem. I mean, this has never stored all the furniture. So why don't we just store some clothing here? Call it a day. Again, it's a crazy setup. But you know, if everything was super optimized, you'd be building in circles. It would be like an Anno game where you want to optimize everything and it really kind of kills the creativity. A real city is not very efficient. Ah, a citizen left. It's been a while. Down to 172. Yeah, we were at 173 for the longest time, but now a citizen's left. We have 59 happiness because the goods shortage has creeped up to 10%. And I'm going to say it's because the monastery's been built. Well, I don't need you now, so fine. That's great. Monastery's been built. It's because commoners are having to buy furniture because we do have a clothing shortage, even though I added a bunch of tailors. And it is promotion time again. And 220 to promote all the newcomers to serfs. 10,082 bucks. And 100 to promote you two to commoners. And I'm not touching the citizen button. And I can put some more tailors in. Yeah, why not? Let's put some more tailors in. 3. Is that going to be enough? The thing is, I promoted so many. So this is how I got in trouble before. I promoted so many villagers to commoners. And it takes them so long to make the rounds that we could have an extremely severe clothing shortage. And I'm going to know about it slowly as those clothing numbers drop. So I think what I'm saying is start panicking now. Another one, and another one, and another one. That should be good for now. And just like that, notice how the shirts have dropped to 500 and now dropping fast. Never mind, there was some panic. Somebody picked up a bunch of clothing and is carrying it to this warehouse. That's why the clothing numbers dropped. I think we're actually okay. Clothing numbers have just popped back up to near 800. I should pay for this because I promoted a lot of serfs to commoners. But, I mean, what do we got? We have 1,404 is the population. We have 1,081 commoners, 172 citizens, 58 serfs that some of them can be promoted. And so far, so good. Plus 7 villagers. I'm going to have to turn off immigration, I feel like, because I'm never going to get caught up. Oh, wait, okay, so the citizen that left was a wheat farmer. Alright, well, you're back in there. Now, the wheat farm is way over here. Do you have an area that you can move in? I'm going to say that's a big fat no. You got to be able to build back here now. And then, once I upgrade, well, when I upgrade, you're not going to have... I will also build a fountain. A fountain will go... Once again, the telescope is zoning areas, please. Yeah, a fountain... Do the farmers want a fountain near them? Maybe not. We'll put a fountain right... Here's a good spot. There, a fountain. And then when I promote... You may not even need to live there if these aren't full. I think most of these houses are full, though. 3 of 6. Actually not. So we may not need this. But what the heck. Alright, I'm going to turn off immigration. It's disabled. 1,416 is the population. And let's get some food up in here for the markets. We were doing vegetables, fish, and poultry, but not in that order. Poultry. And then I think I'm going to do double vegetables because I think we just have an absolute ton of vegetables and we're full anyway. And these transporters are going to be Morkant, Kenacht, Philippus, Amer. And we do have another Tailor's Workshop up, which is one of the Panic shops. Panic Tailors Inc. And this is going to be dye, colored clothing. I'm trying to figure out. You get off the bridge. Some of you go this way and around and over. And some of you do the loop-de-loop and go down and over. Boy. That's some spaghetti right there. How's this place doing? Nothing sold this week. Well, you know, I tried. It looks good, though. Another tailor. It's going to be Isoda. And we had a couple done. And Dunlang. Fine clothing. Alright. And we can promote again. Promotion available. We did have a bunch of serfs come in this time. Let's pay 240 to promote all. And then we have more commoners. I'm pausing on the commoner promotion. We're over 1,000 commoners. So I'm just going to pause on the commoner promotions because I don't think I can afford the goods. And we do have 840 now common clothes. We still have over 1,000 cloth and over 1,000 wool. One more tailor workshop. And it's going to be Emeti or Emmet. Emeti. Another tailor workshop. And I don't know where it is. There it is right here. And set a mode. Alright. Another one. I think I think the messages are running behind. Do I have any more tailor workshops? One more, yes. It's the one up here. There, this one right here. And this tailor is going to be Morris. Alright. We had another citizen leave, everybody. So now we're down to 171. I kind of want to get to 170 then, because I like the even numbers. Look at this. Look at this town. Look at this town. Alright, well, I'm out of time. If I'm going to get this video up tomorrow, I am out of time for when I'm recording this, which is Saturday evening now. I've been playing the game all day. I think I can honestly say this is one of the biggest cities I've ever created. And while I've done some crazy things like the mass promotions and stuff, we're doing all right. And we're down to 600 common clothes. I'm going to slow it down to speed 1. I think that has something to do with it. I believe the furniture is my fault. It's because I've been perpetually low of clothes because I insist on promoting everybody. We're going to end at 60% happiness with a good shortage of 15%. But, yep, we're out of time. And Sycamore is out of time. I believe that the next version of Foundation is more than a month off. And because of that, I think I'm going to do one more series on this version before the new version comes out. And I'm going to pick a map, a custom map. I'm not going to make my own map. I'm going to pick a custom map from one of the maps that, there's been a lot of nice maps uploaded to foundation.mod.io that shows up in the mod list on Foundation. I'm going to, I think, do a custom map. And we'll do a casual small city, probably with mods, but also probably played the way the game's supposed to be played, with a nice balance of serfs, commoners, and citizens. But, yep, that's it for Sycamore. This is a fun village. I'm glad I finally was able to finish this map. So this is the second time I've played this map. I was able to finish it this time. The first time, the game updated right in the middle of it, and it was a big enough update that there was no way that the save game would work. And the next update's like that too, but this time I was able to get finished. Look at this bridge, would you? Look at all the people on the bridge. You want to know why this city doesn't work very well? There's your answer right There's your answer right there. Let's count. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's probably, what, 400 people? This is like the jelly bean contest, right? Where you have the jelly beans in the jar. How many people do you think are on this bridge? Too many. That's how many. Good grief. Good grief. That's all I see are people walking around. I need food. I need clothing. This is fun. The only problem now is where's a good shot? Where's a good place to do the final... Yeah, the final shot. I mean, because everything's full. Look at all the houses. And we don't have that many serfs. I see some thatched roofs, which you would, right, over by the vegetable area, since the vegetable and the poultry can only be serfs. And there's some at the top of the hill way over there because of the new tailors. I bet most of those houses are empty. I'm curious. Yeah, most of these houses are empty. I could just demolish these because they've moved to better housing in there. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching the series. I appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And I knew that was going to happen. Let me get another camera view. So you know what I'm doing here is I'm going to the tallest mountain, or one of the tallest hills. Then you look straight down and you wheel back, and you can get higher than you can. Like, see, I can probably get a little bit higher here. There we go. And you can get higher up. There's also a mod that does this, but ooh, this is actually a pretty good view. Look at that. There is Sycamore in all its glory. And from this distance, you can't really see people walking on the bridge. That's too bad. So it looks much more peaceful than it is. Much less active than it is. How about that? But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it. And when we come back, probably next Sunday, I think, because there's not a lot of time. I really don't know when the next version of Foundation is going to be introduced. My gut feeling is at least a month, if not 2 months. I think there's still stuff left to do. If you signed up for the preview and were lucky enough to get in, you know the next version is going to be some significant changes, and I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I had fun playing the preview version, but not allowed to record it. And I don't really want to talk about it too much because it's going to kind of spoil it. But they've put some posts up on Steam talking about how the new version is going to work. And it's going to be very interesting. It's really going to change the flow of the game. The core game's not going to change that much, really. It still feels like Foundation. But the way they work new functionality into the promotion system, I think works a lot better than it does here. So this whole game I played with trying to get to 1,000 citizens, which was an epic failure, 1,000 commoners, that's really not going to be a thing. Maybe. Anyway, next time out, something a lot more casual in Foundation. Say goodbye to Sycamore. Cool town. I really like this map. I'm not sure... I mean, I could probably play every map 2 or 3 times and do something different each time. Like a castle maybe instead of a keep on that center island might be cool. But I don't know. Right? You can always do something different. Foundation is incredibly replayable, in my opinion, which is one thing that makes the game so great. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.